What's up, guys? Welcome to my garage. Obviously it's not done yet. A lot of you guys know that I've been trying to redo the entire garage, and I think I was delaying this project for quite some time, and I got to a point where I can at least start working on it and get the things going. So let me talk a little bit about this and what I'm going to do. For most of the guys, they don't know what this is or what this is about. It's about Yamaha DT50, um, which in US was only sold for a couple of years on the 80s, but in other countries like in Europe, like Portugal, in France, in Germany, there's quite a few countries. It was sold for quite some time. In Portugal, it was sold until the year with the new engine, new generation engine, which was a total different cylinder head. Totally, it's like the intake, it's on the engine case, it's not on the cylinder. It's almost more like a round engine. That model was sold, and or electric start as well. It was sold, I think, until the year 2003, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. With the front end of the bike, it's disc brake, not drum brake anymore. So this is for the guys like in possibly they are watching from US, Canada, or some other places that they still have some of these bikes with drum brake. Back in Portugal, we start quite a few years ago. We started receiving some kits that they were made for the Yamaha DT80. Now the Yamaha DT80, it's pretty much the same engine as the DT50, with the exception of the clutch, slightly different, which it takes one more friction plate. It does have a difference on one of the ball bearings for the crankshaft. I think it's on the flywheel side. The stroke is different as well, so it's a 42 stroke. The piston is a 47 millimeter, and a couple companies, Gilardoni, Paulini, not Gianelli, made a mistake. It was another company, I forgot the name. Well, a few of them, they were making kits to put the bike almost to 100 cc's. Now I have one of those. It's a replica. It's not anymore like the good stuff that we used to have anymore. They don't have it. And these cylinders, they will come good for a bike that needs just a little bit more torque, and not made for actual racing. Back home we start using them, start like trying to explore much as we can out of these things. This is the stock piston that it comes with it, Ital kit piston. This is from the kits that one of the companies they used to make it. Two rings, not a bad construction. It will do its job, but soon you start trying to squeeze power out of it, it won't last that great. Now, one of the biggest problems on the Yamaha DT50, it is this spacing right here. This spacing right here is so tight, and it prevents to have like a really good cylinder, let's say, on this point of view. With these kits, we are able to get a really good preparation. You can have about 30 horsepower, a little bit more than that. It was already done. What I'm trying to accomplish here, it's trying to get a little bit more than 30 horsepower. So moving from the 7 horsepower to the 30 horsepower. but I want to still able to use the bike daily if I want to in the summer, um, or my daughter going to the go-kart track, or whatever the case may be. And also the ultimate goal also it will be to share some knowledge about two-stroke engines, which is there is not a lot of information out there. It's very tough sometimes to get good answers about some things. Obviously, I don't know everything. I have a good um, knowledge about how two-stroke works and what we can do about it, how we can go around some things. Well, this first video is only pretty much like I'm talking about what I already done, because I already started the process and I have already some ideas how I'm going to do this. I done these builds on the past in different ways. Right now I'm going to use a slightly different setup. I don't even decided exactly what piston I'm going to use. I have one right here that is just for testing purposes. It's a really good piston. It's a Wasner piston, and this is going to be for now my test mule, I think. Not sure yet. Now I already went ahead, I ordered these engine cases. These are from Yamaha DT50, and one of the difference is it will be right here where the cylinder goes. This is slightly bigger than the DT50. So if you guys decide or find a way to get one of these cylinders, or if you guys need one, just let me know. I will try my best to get you guys one. There is a couple out there still available. I can get my hands on it. You will need to, depending on the stroke and the length of the rod that you're going to use, you might need to cut in here and how deep and all that. Now on my case, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try, most likely I'm going to use a 44mm stroke. I'm going to use this rod right here. Well, I have a few of these. I have another one back there. I have a couple more. I'm going to use a rod just like this one. This is full machine rod. Very similar you can find on go-karts, high performance go-kart engines. This rod, it's much longer than the stock one. So with that being said, using this rod, have increase on stroke for about 4mm, 0.3, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, because the stock stroke, it is 39.7, if I'm not mistaken. It is not 40mm. I'm gonna need about 10mm of spacer between the engine case and the actual cylinder in order for this to work correctly. Obviously, I'm gonna need to remove these cylinder studs, gonna use new ones. All of this is gonna be redone. I already went ahead and I already made some cuts in order to make the crankshaft work with the rods and have some spacing, because I already tried a couple of things out just to have idea. Yeah, this is already, I didn't wash it or nothing yet. This is just like, I actually have two engines. This is just one for try out first. I already went ahead and I already start like pouring the cylinder. This is gonna take a long work. If I want to do it right, I need to take my time on it. This is going to be a long project, meaning like time consuming. As you guys see, there's already like holes in here and all of that, and you guys might wonder like, whoa, what the hell's going on? So pretty simple. The reed cage on a Yamaha DT50 is super small. Back in the day, we used to use the best way that we could do it. It will be using the reed valves that it will come on a Yamaha TZR50, Yamaha TZ50, Yamaha TDR50. I don't remember if there was another models, and the latest models of the Yamaha DT50, which was another engine configuration, which the reed valve cage was slightly bigger, and it will be better for performance, obviously. Now I already done on the past where I will cut the entire back of the cylinder, and I will show you a couple photos. I will cut all this back and I will use a reed cage that was even wider than this one. It was from the Yamaha DT125R. But that will bring in a problem, which is in order to make it work correctly, then over here it will cut to the cylinder studs. It will have small holes, and that you can seal it, but you still run into some problems. So I decided to go slightly smaller, wide, at least it's not so wide, not so long, but it's a double, which, you know, the V-Force plus rig cages are they work pretty good. And I went ahead, grabbed one of these, already cut the cylinder much as I could for now in order to make them fit. I'm gonna need a spacer for this, which I'm gonna make a spacer later on. I already went ahead, I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see, but if you, I will see. If it's not possible, I will put some photos. I already cut the exhaust port. Yes, this exhaust port, it's at least minimum strange because they have a double configuration, and from what I know, the reason why they done this, it's because the area that we have, it's not the greatest. The shape of the cylinder is not the greatest. So in order for them to have like a good exhaust port area for what they were trying to achieve when they made this cylinder, which is not exactly what I'm trying to do, have a good torque and all of that, that was the best way they could find to have the right area and shape and all of that. Now I already went ahead, already start cutting over here, and already made it what they call here boosters, or at least we call those boosters in Portugal. No, I don't know exactly the technical name for that. Already cut it all this area, which later on I'm gonna need to weld in aluminum here and create, you know, a slightly bigger face where it's gonna seal better and do the job proper. Guess I gotta try, because I can use a spacer. I already measured the spacer of 10 millimeters. Okay, this was set at 8. This guy is very stubborn. Very accurate, but very stubborn. So 10 millimeters, it will put me this up here. Oh yeah, 10 millimeters, it makes a big difference, meaning 2 millimeters in this case, because I had it set up at 8. Oh yeah, big difference, big time. And if that's the case, I don't need to cut much more. Yep, just need to cut those edges. Actually, let me cut this right now so I can have an idea. I'm gonna make a little bit of noise for you guys. Mess over here. I don't have my shop vac. I had to take it outside. It's fine for now. Much better. Weld it and then reshape the whole interior. Now I'm waiting for one of these, but 90-degree angle. It's not here yet. I don't know when it's gonna arrive. Hope it arrives soon. I'm hoping. And at that time, once I have that, then I can start making better changes on the ports internally, because I'm gonna need to drop the ports and raise them as well. So I'm gonna need to put a spacer somewhere around here. So all of this area needs to be filled up with a spacer, and that's where I'm going to make some changes as well on the engine case. I'm gonna need to accommodate the crankshaft that I'm gonna use. I'm gonna need to cut in here a little bit as well. So I want to show you guys all that process and how I'm planning to do all this, and I hope you guys like it.